Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be starting off a new series of planets through houses, starting with the sun in the first house. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So before we start, you first want to understand what sign is your sun placed in. This is very important to see the qualities of the sun and how it will function here in this first house. You also want to see, is the sun being aspected by any planets? The sun especially doesn't do well with Saturn. So if Saturn is placed here, there will be some challenges and obstacles that can be a difficulty around your self-confidence and early development. You also want to see the house that is ruled over by Leo in your chart. This will show you how the sun will function for you here in this first house. Along with this, it's very important to understand that the sun will be the most active in your chart during a sun Mahadasha. So if you have not seen my video on the sun Mahadasha Bhuktis, I will leave a link for that above and down below in the description. So what does the sun represent? The sun is a very important planet in astrology. It is the king amongst the grahas. So the sun itself is the signifactor of the soul, of the representation of the true self in astrology. It is all about the purity and essence of our soul and the purpose of why we have come into this lifetime. The sun is all about your health, vitality, self-confidence, your ability to take leadership authority, is your ability to assert yourself. This sun is representing anyone in a position of authority, power, government. This is also a signifactor of fame, of being seen and noticed. The sun is a very powerful entity in astrology, and the sun itself can be used in a positive or negative sense. When the sun becomes negative and is used for the wrong reasons, it turns into ego and arrogance. So you want to be very careful about how you are using the sun in your chart. The sun will definitely show your achievements and success in life. Along with this, it can also be connected to your spiritual journey, as the sun is all about taking the righteous path, all about following the higher values and views in life. It is the signifactor of Dharma itself. So what does the first house represent? The first house is the ascendant or rising sign in the chart. It is the moment that you first drew breath. It is that sign that was rising on the eastern side of the sky at the moment of birth. And so this initiates the path in front of you. It is all about what you are doing here in this lifetime. The first house also represents your physical body, your health and vitality. And also, as far as body parts, the first house represents the head and the brain. So it is your intelligence, your ability to make decisions and to initiate yourself into life. It is also all about your sense of self-esteem, your confidence. It is the way that you present yourself to others, your physical appearance, the way that others perceive you. And so the first house is one of the major signifactors of personality, along with the sun sign and the moon sign. The first house can also represent your ability to rise to fame and popularity in life. Again, it is how other people see you, how you're noticed, how you present yourself. So this is how you shine in life. So what happens then when the sun comes into the first house? This is a very powerful position, because the first house is the original home of Aries, where the sun is exalted. So this is very powerful in terms of your confidence and your ability to assert yourself. Sun in the first house tends to give a very extroverted personality. You're someone who likes to be seen and noticed, who likes to be in a position of power and authority. And so definitely this can attract a lot of fame and recognition to you. Again, you want to see the condition of the sun though. If Saturn is with the sun or aspecting the sun, then you may find that in your earlier years you have low self-esteem and you're finding it very difficult to build the momentum to reach your goals in life. But this is something that tends to improve with time. We always say that Saturn never denies anything, it only delays. So it is about those lessons of patience and discipline. But in general, the sun gives you a great sense of confidence and self-esteem, of self-assuredness. You are sure of yourself. You believe in yourself. You're very confident. And you can even become a motivation or inspiration to others as well. This gives you a very magnetic glow to your personality, because the sun itself will also be aspecting onto the seventh house of other people. So you have a way about you that attracts others towards you. People enjoy your presence. They want to see you. They want to to notice you. And again, this can bring you into a position of fame. Sometimes it can even make you someone who is infamous if you are taking the wrong path in life. Again, the sun is very powerful, so it requires a great deal of responsibility. You want to make sure that you're using this power in the correct way because you can attract more conflict to you rather than these positive qualities that you naturally attract. Definitely with the sun in the first house, it is a test of your ability to remain ethical and humble in the way that you approach life. Because again, you have a huge deal of self-confidence and pride when the sun comes into this first house. So you want to make sure that you are always humble and that you are approaching situations in the correct way. You definitely can have a way of influencing others, of having an impact on others. Again, you can be very motivating, very inspiring to other people, but also this can put you in a position of leadership. And typically with the sun in the first house, you have a desire to be a leader, to be in a prominent position. And this is something that you can put a lot of work and effort into to try to reach this top position. You want to prove yourself, you're not afraid to take on challenges and to show others your capability and competence to rise into this position of leadership and authority. But again, you want to be careful because this can quickly turn into arrogance, where you're seen in a bad light by others if you're not using this correctly. The sun here can also make you someone who's brilliant. You can be very talented and creative and can come up with all sorts of innovative ways of approaching things. You definitely have a strong sense of independence about you. You think for yourself, you assert your own will, your own effort, and you want to be known for who you are when the sun is here in the first house. This can create some obstacles in your relationships as well. Again, the sun is aspecting onto the 7th house, so you want to make sure that you are able to make your partner feel comfortable in the relationship and that you're able to allow them to be who they are without trying to dominate over the partnership. With the sun here, you're definitely someone who's very positive and you try to spread positivity or to come across in a way that is positive to other people. So you care a lot about your identity, about your appearance, about the way that you're approaching others. This is very important to you, that you are seen in a positive light, that you are seen as someone who is competent, someone who is reliable, responsible. Your whole appearance and the way that you approach others becomes very important to you. And this is why when the sun is afflicted in the first house, in particular when Saturn is placed there, it can give you some low self-esteem. You can become very self-critical of yourself, of your appearance, of everything about your presentation. And this can also come into your relationships as well. Again, if you're not allowing your partner to be who they are and to be comfortable in the relationship, if you feel like you have to dominate and control the relationship, then you can become hypercritical of your partner, tearing them apart for every flaw that they have. So you want to watch this because this can definitely damage your relationships. Sometimes with the sun here, it's not necessarily always that you want to be in a position of leadership, but you also can be pushed into leadership because people definitely see you as someone who shines bright, as someone who is meant to be in this position. Again, you have a very magnetic and charismatic energy that you bring into situations. Definitely, if the sun is afflicted, this is going to negatively affect your health because the sun itself is a signifactor of health and so is the first house. So definitely you want to be careful if you have afflictions in this area. There can be all sorts of situations related to the bones, which is ruled by the sun, related to the head area since the sun is fiery. There can be issues in this area for you. On a mental level, this can also create some mental anxieties and frustration sometimes as well. There can be anger issues related to the sun here in this first house that you definitely want to keep a handle on so that you're not coming across as arrogant and egotistical in your relationships. The sun here can definitely get you interested in politics and government work and anything where you are the manager or leader or you're organizing. This can also take you towards creative fields though. The sun itself likes to shine. It's the original ruler of Leo. So you could also be a performer. There's all sorts of celebrities and performers who have the sun in the first house as well. So again, this is a very creative placement for the sun to be here in this placement. This could also make you an excellent entrepreneur as well because you like to be your own boss. You don't like for anyone to hold any authority over you. Again, sun is king, so you yourself like to be in this top position. Another difficulty with the sun being in the first house is that you can attract a lot of competitors, a lot of jealous people towards you, because again, you have this very bright and illuminated personality. So definitely others can be in awe of you. Others can be very jealous of you, and you can find yourself getting into a lot of conflicts and situations of competition. You want to be careful with this, that this is not taking a toll on your health. Again, this is sometimes a placement that is better for being an entrepreneur, for being your own boss. But definitely this can help you to attract wealth and opportunities because the sun is aspecting onto the seventh house of the chart, which is again the people, the masses, the marketplace. So you can attract all sorts of business opportunities to you and can definitely increase your wealth with this placement for sure. If the sun is in a difficult position, then you may find that there are setbacks in business partnerships. So you might want to rethink that area as well. In general, this is a very positive placement. You have a positive impact on others and can definitely attract a lot of positivity to you. But once again, the biggest thing that you want to take into consideration with the sun in the first house is to avoid selfishness, to always remain humble and ethical in the way that you approach life.